can I make this place a better one for you and I? Protect our future, protect our land, protect our children, give them a hand. Protect our oceans, protect our sand, protect our mountains. Why can't we all just understand? Kule aloha, kule kuleana, hele na keiki o ka aina.
Aloha, I'm Alana Kay, and this is the first introductory edition of Sustainable Aloha. It goes without saying that Maui is a special place. We have breathtakingly beautiful landscapes, copious amounts of water and sunshine, and plenty of aloha. People from all over the globe come to enjoy our amazing paradise home. As with all of Hawaii, our guiding principle is the aloha spirit. Our state motto is Ua Maoke'ea o ka aina I ka pono. The life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness. The way I see it, as an island community, we are connected spiritually to the land and to each other in ways that are both subtle and obvious, but most importantly in a way that is very unique to our aina and our culture. Sustainable Aloha is about working on the relationships we have with the aina as well as the community. We are at an important precipice in so many respects. With the world in such a state of chaos over cultural and spiritual beliefs, the potential we have on Maui to create an even more harmonious and life-supporting community is ever more obvious. In order for this to happen, we need to come together and work together toward common goals that serve the greater good. Government needs to work with the community, and the community needs to work together better. In order for something to be sustainable, it needs to be efficient and harmonious. There is work to be done, and it is not going to be accomplished by one organization or one group of people. Everybody needs to be a part of the solution. I myself arrived here on Maui in 1998, and it's been quite a journey. Currently, I am an author and publisher, and I'm also wrapping up a 15-year stint in the vacation rental cleaning business. I have attended UH Maui College and ran for office 3 times. Several years ago, someone I worked for offered me a down payment and an hourly wage to investigate and write a story about our water problems. Neither one of us was sure what hidden issues would be uncovered, but after studying legislation and documents, talking to environmental groups, interviewing numerous people, long story short, it was clear to me that it came down to a lack of efficient and informed management practices by our government, along with a lack of clear and harmonious efforts by the public to impress the government to develop better management strategies and prioritize environmental issues over development. I asked myself, using my skill sets, how may we better communicate with each other and educate the public and tourists about the environmental issues that are unique to Maui? At that point, I decided to publish a handful of digital magazines that would demonstrate how we could more effectively come together in an effort to inform and educate, brainstorm, analyze, and blend ideas and best practices. You may view these magazines on the website sustainablealoha.org. Furthermore, I have long wanted to have a show on Akaku to serve the same purpose, and that time has arrived. This is truly a day of celebration for me personally, but the show is not the Alana Kay show, nor is it This Is What Alana Kay Thinks, although you're going to hear a lot of that. But this is about bringing the community together and listening to each other. I set out to ask community members what they thought the 3 most important sustainability issues are. I thought I was going to see a common thread, but what surprised me the most was the variety of things that folks thought were the most important. Here's what some of your neighbors are saying.
Aloha. So Alana's asked me the question about sustainability issues, and the first thing that comes to mind for me is that I have to rule out climate change very, very sadly, because we have lost our ability to create a sustainability issue out of that, I believe. And, it's very disappointing to say that, but it's true. So we have to move on to what's next and adapt to climate change and sea level rise as we have to. My top issue would probably be water, again linked to climate change. We don't know what our water situation is in Maui, but we don't act like it. We act like we do know and that there's plenty, but we need to slow down, use the precautionary principle application to it until we know better about what's in our aquifers and in our groundwater system. A second one to me is transportation, because transportation will drive our land use and will make this place a place where people really don't want to live. We have too many constrictions. If we continue to rely purely on a road system, it just won't work as we sprawl around the island. So related to that is our land use. And I'm going to say local governance. I believe that Maui and Hawaii needs local governments. In other words, small city governments who take pride in their communities and are willing to invest in them, whereas county government is just not capable of doing that at the scale necessary. So that's what I see coming. That's what I see as necessary for us to get to be where we can and should be.
All right, well, I think that the most important thing, sustainability issue, is protecting our watershed forests, because otherwise we're not replenishing our aquifers and our watersheds are damaged to the point that they don't have water infiltrating into them anymore. So watershed restoration is a really important way to rehabilitate that process. And it's actually a really achievable goal, because it's something that can be done just within a decadal time period. So within like 10, 20 years, if you're planting trees and restoring the forest to retrieve function, you can actually get water infiltrating to higher speeds and greater depths. So yeah, that's what I would say is my number one sustainability issue.
I would say the top 3 sustainability problems on Maui are food, water, and tourism.
Okay, the first thing I think about is I've been here 30 years and I don't like the overpopulation on Maui now. I don't know if that's an issue. I don't like the overdevelopment on Maui now. It's too much. Has anyone driven on Pialani Highway since the roundabout? I mean, it's just too much. And I think because of the population and everything else, explosions, the people aren't as friendly as they used to be, and the service sucks because everybody's trying to make money because they can't afford to live here.
So the landfill in Maui is not contained at all. Everything people dump there, everything, people are doing is just flying all over the island. It's going into the ocean. It's going, into residential areas. It's going everywhere because the winds from the island blow the trash everywhere, and the city's not doing anything about it, and it's just filthy when you get relatively even close to the landfill area. And it's just, that whole corner of Maui is just awful, just disgusting, when it's such a beautiful island.
Hi, I think that the most, at least most prominent thing I notice is that there's weather pattern changes and that there's more extreme weather conditions on pretty much all around the world, but certainly hitting here, not maybe as badly as other places like LA, but when the rains come, it gets heavy runoff, the periods are longer. I've noticed that there's not a good solution for it. It's, they're fixing the roads, but then they're not really dealing with how to handle the the runoff or the weather or up country, there's a lot of devastation that happens when it happens, and it can shut things down for weeks. So I think they need to really fix that.
Clearly, sustainability means something different to everybody, and it's kind of difficult to pin down. Although many will consider sustainability to be a modern issue, the ancient Hawaiians practiced sustainability even though damage to the ecosystem had not yet occurred. They simply lived in harmony with nature and let it guide them in their attitudes and practices. We will do an entire show based on this concept because many people here are very interested in this. Now, I have had many people tell me that they don't want to get involved in politics. While sustainability has become politicized, the concept of sustainability in and of itself is not politics. I consider it to be a necessary part of life that all of us must participate in to be successful. I have also had people tell me sustainability is boring and how much is there to know anyway. This reminds me of the adage, you don't know what you don't know. In addition to working together and brainstorming, we will be taking a deep dive into some information and documents that many folks are not aware of. I need to emphasize that this show is not about plastic straws or low-flow toilets. Somebody else is taking care of that already. This show will be focused on the foundations of our sustainability infrastructure, such as government, legislation, legal issues, and implementation of updated environmental practices. Anyway, here's a glimpse of some of those hidden gems and topics that we will be taking a closer look at. I promise to make it interesting and enjoyable. Sustainable Aloha will be hosting nonprofit groups, community members and leaders, experts and people in the know, as well as county employees and more. On the next edition of Sustainable Aloha, we will be talking to Joshua Cooper from the Mayor's Office of Innovation and Sustainability. I'm interested to see what their vision and goals are. You don't want to miss this one. If you would like to be on the show or have suggestions, please contact me at alanakay.com. Alana Kay is spelled out. Please share this show with your friends. The more people we have in the know and working together, the greater the results will be. I would like to thank the staff at Akaku for the fabulous opportunity to bring this show to the community, and I would particularly like to thank my awesome and patient production crew, Auntie Taz, Amanda D., and Allison Samalita. When I set out to collect video opinions about sustainability, many people did not want to go public with their opinions. Despite the wide variety of perspectives, there was one that really stood out for me because in the end, we can only offer the world that which we have obtained from within. One kupuna who did not want to be recorded said, "You know, to me, sustainability means making sure that you have enough time every day to enjoy life and take care of yourself." That said, malama your life and a hui ho.
kimi malu, ka lani malu e hoe e hulu mai ana o ki akua I kona mau ka huo mako mako noi, o mako noi, o mako noi kulei honu